everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another ASMR video. Today's video is going to be about my watch collection. This is going to be the first video I posted in a while. I haven't posted for like 8 months, but I'm going to try to start posting more ASMR videos because the way I edit my videos, at least, and the way I record them, it doesn't take much effort at all. I rarely kind of edit my ASMR videos. I don't really cut them either. So I don't really edit it that much. There's not a lot that goes into making my ASMR videos. I just turn the camera on and whisper into the microphone and call it a day. But I digress. So today's video is going to be about my watch collection. I just recently started getting into watches about 1.5 years ago. So I would say my collection is not bad, but it could definitely be worked on a bit, I would say. But in my opinion, for each occasion, I think I have a watch. So anyways, let's get started with the first watch. Now, the watch that's most important to me is definitely going to be the watch that I got for my graduation. Now, it's a basic watch, but the good thing about a basic watch is that you can wear it with any outfit. Now, the reason why this watch is special to me is because my mom bought it for me as a graduation gift. So I hold this very dearly. And it's a good beginner's watch. This is the Seiko 5 automatic watch date. I went ahead and turned on a white screen so that you're able to see me better. But this is a great beginner's watch. This is a great beginner's watch if you're just getting into watches and timepieces. It's a great watch. It's silver or stainless steel. I think it's actually stainless steel. But this watch literally goes with any single outfit you want. It is a very neutral watch. Not a lot going on with the watch, which makes it so easy to wear. Now, like I said, this watch is automatic, which means that you have to either twist it to wind it up so that it could work, or as you can see on the back, it's a little bit, it's transparent on the back. Automatic watches also do work based off the natural movement of your wrist. So that's why I think it's really neat. Now, there are also quartz watches, which essentially is just a battery-powered watch. Now, the quartz watch is a more precise time on your watch, because I know after a bit, obviously, if you wear it every single day, after a year, it's gonna be behind probably like 5 minutes or so. Now, with the quartz watch versus an automatic, that time precision is gonna be way less precise on an automatic versus a quartz. I don't know the the science behind it, but quartz watches are more precise by the year, I guess, if you know what I'm saying. Now, I do prefer automatic watches just because the sweep, so the way the second hand kind of moves across the watch, I think it's just very visually appealing. And, there's a whole kind of discussion whether or not it's worth it to get automatic or quartz. In my opinion, get any watch you want, because it's gonna be hard for somebody to see your watch like from this far away and be able to tell that it's a quartz watch or an automatic watch, To the untrained eye, it's just a watch. So, and you're looking to get your first watch, Seiko is a phenomenal brand. Most of my watches are Seiko watches, and I think they just make great all-around watches. They're a Japanese brand, so Japanese watch craftsmanship. They're just known for being very reliable, and they're not super expensive either. Seiko does have watches for people who are on a budget. Like, for example, like I said, the Seiko 5, this watch costed under $200. Now, the only thing I would probably say to change about this watch is just the band. It is a little bit kind of cheap feeling, but obviously you get what you pay for. It's under a $200 watch, so obviously it's not going to be like a super high-end material, but I could definitely say it has lasted me a long time, even though it does feel a little bit more cheap. Now, there's a lot of third-party, aftermarket watch bands that you can buy for the watch, and in my opinion, I think the Jubilee band from Rolex is a very beautiful, very elegant band for your watch. Now, I bet you can probably find online a Jubilee band that would work for the Seiko watch, and honestly, to replace the bands, they're very, very simple. I'll get into that a little bit more in the video. But yeah, Seiko 5 automatic, great beginner's watch. The second watch on my list is going to be a watch that I didn't buy either. This is actually my grandfather's watch, and my mom had it, and she kind of just, gifted it to me, let me have it. So I guess technically this was my first ever watch, just because this is the first watch I started wearing. Now, this is a Fortis watch. I don't know about the brand at all. I've never heard of Fortis. Maybe it's an older brand, but I actually have no idea whatsoever anything about this watch. I think it's a quartz watch. It says here Swiss, so it's probably Swiss made. But yeah, this is the watch right here. A nice elegant leather band. This is the only watch I have in my collection that features a leather band. All my other watches are going to be a stainless steel band. But it is very, very beautiful. Now, the only reason why I don't wear this compared to my other watches is because I guess the battery on this thing doesn't work. So it's very inaccurate, and half the time it doesn't even work. So for that reason, I don't really wear it that much. I definitely would probably get this watch repaired or fixed and kind of polished, just because it's a very elegant watch and it holds a lot of sentimental value. But I think it's very elegant, it's very timeless. You can wear this now with a simple outfit, and anybody could pull this off. But I think it's a very beautiful watch. I could definitely appreciate the craftsmanship. Now, the third watch on my is definitely my most worn watch. Definitely my most worn watch in my collection. So this is a Rolex homage Seiko Submariner. Now, I have a guy that makes custom watches that I buy from, and this is what's considered a Seiko mod. So essentially, it's meant to look like a Rolex, but up close, I mean, you can't really see that. But up close, here, let me see if I can zoom in. But up close, it does say Seiko. But literally everything else about this watch is literally just a Rolex, essentially. So this is what I was talking about earlier, the Jubilee band that are on many Rolexes. And honestly, I just think this watch is so beautiful. It literally goes with any single outfit as well, just because it's like a sports watch. Black and silver literally goes with everything. This is by far my most used watch. I wear this to work all the time, and I can't say anything bad about it. It is a Datejust, so it features just the date, and the Cyclops is raised on there as well. So this is literally just like a Rolex, but obviously it says Seiko on there. Now this watch is waterproof as well. The Submariner by Rolex is a watch designed for divers in mind. So this whole bezel can actually move. Now, I don't... Now, I don't use that feature at all because I'm not a diver or anything like that. But I just think the aesthetic of a Submariner is just so nice. It's such a nice classic, but also sporty watch. Now, unlike the Seiko 5 automatic, the bands on this watch are a lot more heavy duty. You can definitely tell that the watch has some weight to it. And it's a very beautiful watch. Still features the transparent back of the watch, which is very notorious with Seiko watches. They always have, well, I won't say always because, I might bite my own words and there might be a Seiko watch that doesn't have the transparent back, but all the Seikos that I've seen have the transparent back. And this watch is just so beautiful, man. Like, it's also glowing not the whole thing, obviously, but all of these like little white dots that you see to tell the time are actually glow in the dark. So when you're outside and then you go into a dark room, it'll kind of glow a little bit so you can tell what the time is if you're in a very dark room. Like I said, my most worn watch. Very, very, very beautiful watch. Now, my second most worn watch definitely has to go to, it's another Seiko Rolex homage, but it's gonna be the Seiko Oyster Perpetual. Now, this watch, I'm gonna zoom in on it. This watch is absolutely beautiful. I kind of find it funny just because I, say all my watches are beautiful, but I just have an appreciation for, good craftsmanship when it comes to timepieces. But this watch right here is a Seiko Oyster Perpetual. Now, this watch watch does feature a fluted bezel. So as you can see, the bezel on this is kind of ridged. Now, because of that fluted bezel, this watch is a watch I wear only on special occasions. So for example, if I'm going out to eat with my family, or if I'm going out to eat with my girlfriend, or anything like that, anything special occasion wise, I will wear this watch. I've gotten multiple compliments on this watch just because it looks very, very elegant. It does have Roman numerals, so it is a Roman numeral dial. Still a Datejust, so you can see the date on the watch itself. Jubilee band, again, you can kind of see a pattern with the bands. I just think the Jubilee band is, absolutely spectacular. Now, believe it or not, before I bought all these watches, in my opinion, the Jubilee band was not my favorite. I actually didn't like it at all. I thought it looked very tacky. I was more into the presidential band, which is, the most standard band that Rolex offers. I was definitely more into the presidential band than the Jubilee, just because the Jubilee looks a little bit kind of flashy in my opinion. But it wasn't until I got my first Seiko mod that I definitely grew an appreciation for the Jubilee band. Now, this is a silver on silver watch, so kind of very similar to the Seiko 5, which is the first watch I showed. Very similar to the watch in terms of color and material. But this one, again, features transparent back, and this watch is just absolutely beautiful. The Roman numeral dial on it just makes it so elegant, and just seeing it in person is definitely, like a work of art. Now, this is an Oyster Perpetual, so the bezel doesn't move or anything like that. It's just stationary, but very, very elegant watch. Now, last but not least is going to be the watch I'm actually wearing on my wrist right now. Now, the watch I'm wearing on my wrist is another Oyster Perpetual Seiko mod. But this one is actually my least worn between the three. It is Oyster Perpetual. Now, the reason why this is my least worn watch between the three is because it is a baby blue dial. Now, it is very beautiful. The watch is very aesthetically pleasing. The only thing is I don't have a lot of clothes to match this watch with. So this watch I literally wear once in a blue moon. I wore it today, and today was like the first time I wore it in like a couple of months. But it is a very beautiful watch. Now, the difference between this one and the last one I just showed is the bezel. So the bezel on this one is a smooth bezel, so it's not fluted. There's no kind of ridges on it. It's just a smooth bezel all around. Also, this is a faceless dial, so this doesn't have any numbers on it. It's just pillars, and it also is a Datejust again, so you're able to see the date without having to look at your phone. Now, this watch, it's definitely growing on me just because of the baby blue, but I think this is like a flashy piece. This is very much a piece you wear every so often, once in a while, when you just kind of want to have something flashy on your wrist. Definitely not, a casual watch. Now, the silhouette might be casual just because it's an Oyster Perpetual, but the flashy color. But with that being said, you can still wear this and pull it off. You're just gonna get a lot more looks at your wrist just because it is a baby blue watch compared to, for example, like a gray and black watch like the Submariner that I showed you earlier. I think this watch is, beautiful still. But yeah, that wraps it up for my watch collection. Now, the only thing I probably need to do is just buy a case for all my watches just because I kind of just have them like laying out. The watches did come with a case, but it's not a case that has, like a window and all your watches presented on there. It's kind of just like a normal, like hard carrying case. But yeah, I definitely probably will buy I will probably definitely buy like a watch case that actually displays the watches. I've seen a bunch of them on Amazon, so I'll probably buy one. Also, just because I want to kind of do something different with my room in the background. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this ASMR video. If you liked the video and you're new here, please subscribe and turn on post notifications because I will try to start uploading more often. Also, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and also comment, some video ideas, stuff that you guys would like to see me feature more on this channel, for example. Maybe if it's like rambling videos or inaudible videos or tapping or, whatever the case might be. Throw your idea in the comments and I'll take a look at it. I still read every single one of your guys' comments, even from my first ever ASMR video. I still read all of them and I go through and I heart all of the comments. So I do read your guys' comments. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys sleep well tonight, and I hope you guys have a phenomenal day or night. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.